Go on, Goose. Go on, Goose. Be absolutely loose. So straight out the gate, delicious golfing. Hello everybody and welcome to the third episode on this week's Cactus Classic on the TGC Tours Platinum Tour. And what a roller coaster it's been. Started well, but yesterday's rounds didn't go as well as evident here on top of my head.
You don't say!
But nevertheless, everything is at play here, so exciting times. Round 3 is going to be somewhere in between when conditions are considered between the first and second round. So we shoot from the little bit easier shorter tees, but they are pretty much the same as the white ones. Pins at 3 is quite challenging. Pins are tucked away well. Winds are high coming in from the southwest. Very firm fairways, so ball is gonna bounce a bit. Firm greens, so same thing, ball, there's gonna be bounce in the ball, and green speeds are the fastest of the week, so definitely there's not going to be anything free here, anything cheap. We have to fight. It's a shootout type of a situation, but we go in with a score of -22, and as we set the line at -10 per round. So here again, our goal is to be -10, which would take us -32 through all of these 3 rounds. So it's gonna be challenging, but we gotta play well and we gotta get at it, and there is definitely scoring to be done here. So keep in mind, smile on our face, enjoyment, happy times, and just have fun with the video game and try to play the best we can. Try to get to that -22, -23 mark to keep us fighting for those World Golf Ranking points, to keep us climbing the rope up the ladders. And let's step into the tee box and see Himo Chico. Okay, first tee box, we see that the wind is a little bit lower here in our face, maybe 14, 15, but nothing to do it here but to do it. So first, good drive straight on the fairway, and we should be on our way quite handsomely here.
Oh,
it's gonna be a little bit further to the left. Now we are hoping that it still bounces right and not straight into the sand. And we have catastrophically failed on the first one. Lucky for us. We have a straight line into it, but nevertheless, a bad miss on the first. We gotta make sure we get there, but we don't roll too far here. So this is going to be actually very interesting. I'm gonna have to add a little bit of loft and a good amount of backspin here. Let's be good. Let's be better at the game than on the first one. What a planted dart from the sand, 6 feet to the hole. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful golf shot. There is a lot of break in this one, so we can't play this too scared. We have to be courageous enough to give it a decent amount of break so we don't miss this low. I added one extra douche in the end, but just never was poised to make that. Was never poised to make that. So now we are actually coming back to a tough putt as well. Okay. That's okay. That's a missed score based on that putt, but I gave it one more extra douche. It was just one of those that it just broke so much in the end, in the beginning. So as such, we are of course unhappy with the result, but how we played that, we can't be too unhappy. So here with 130, I'm gonna take just a little bit off and just a one touch of backspin into it as well. So 2 darts, 2 hits, 2 darts. Can't be mad about that. Especially this one was great. But same thing here again. Don't be too afraid of the break. Because there is break. So that's one of those where you can easily hit it straight and then lose it. So very good. Get the first birdie into the card and off to the races we go. Tempo is on point. Swing plane has been decent as well, so nothing to be afraid of here. Okay, so that wind is actually playing quite a lot, so we're gonna be safe here. Rather be on this right side bunker than be on that left side rough there. But now we are poised to hit a good shot. Hopefully it's not too far right to left, too much right to left lie here. Okay, it's a little bit yellow lie, but not the worst. But we have to, first and foremost, we have to understand here that lie is going left, wind is going left, and the lake is also left. So to the lake, we are not allowed to put this ball. Like, we are just never, ever, ever, ever allowed to put this ball into the lake. So as such, I'm going to be aiming quite a lot right based on the lie and the wind. This should also release a little bit down in the best case scenario. And that is very close to the best case scenario there. It is a tough downhill putt or a downhill putt, but it is not ever in danger of finding the water there. So if we are 8 feet and putting downhill, we have to be happy. And that is superior. Good stuff. 3 out of 3 fantastic approach shots, and that tells the story that we came to play today. So
he's heating up.
Good place to be at, to keep continuing, keep fighting. Okay, so with this, we are probably always clear in that bunker. But just can't hit it too slow. If you hit it slow, it's gonna be bad. But I think this is gonna bounce right and roll nice. Beautiful. This little extension area here is gonna be just wide enough for our drive. Nice. A little fast again, but very much on the safe side. And as we see, there is a heavy back stop here with the wind rotating a little bit. We can take this lob wedge just straight at it. Hopefully it bounces once and then checks down and dies. We do love those. Okay. The first hat trick has been achieved. So straight out the gate, delicious golfing. So straight out the gate, extremely delicious golfing. And here we can risk it because even from the right side rough, we can reach. But of course, we want the left side fairway. We want it desperately. Right side rough, we can still reach. But middle fairway here, now we have a chance. A good chance with a good approach shot to get all the way there. I'm gonna take a little bit off with a good amount of backspin, but I'm hitting this in a way where I still definitely want this to go up. So now, as long as this rolls back, we are absolutely golden. It's gonna roll off now because it broke that ridge. That's okay though. It's still gonna usually stay in the green. So we are a little bit, a yard too far up, so it doesn't come back, but nevertheless, fantastic. Okay, so there I'm a little bit surprised about the roll, but that's okay, that's okay. We broke it a little bit too far up, so no tap-ins here. No tap-ins allowed, but we still can score this.
Are you sure?
Okay, let's get our first eagle here of the round. I enjoy this line quite a bit. Oh, hits the post. Hits the post. That's okay. Little bit too much power on the roll. So was still too passionate when it comes to the power.
And that's the truth. With some cheese on it.
But coming back, not exactly a tapping birdie, but coming back to keep the birdie streak, extend the birdie streak to 4. Shan't be complaining. We shan't be too sad. Okay, here again, hang on the left side. Don't end up too far left. Hang on the left side, but don't end up too far left. we have qualified exemplary here. Okay, same thing again. Disgusting lie both sides. Downhill lie 2 into a that sort of a wind. So I'm gonna actually give it a little front, but a good amount of backspin. Got my tempo. Ball is tracking really, really well. Has backspin on it too, so should be nice. And it's an absolute dart. It's a day of darts today, boys. It's been nothing but darts from those wedges and irons today. So fire me right up. Fire me all the way up.
Hey! Fire it up! Fire it up!
Fire me up, boys. Come on. 5 points through 7 holes is a good start. Where our skill level is and what our want is from these rounds, that's a really nice start. Oh, here again, we can go for it. Just don't be too sucky at the game. That's perfect. It should now keep up. If you hit it to the right side, it's going to always bounce right. But I think this has a chance to actually go. Now, with this bounce, we might have actually gotten into this to flop territory, which is dangerous. Actually not. We are just perfect. So we are 60, like 63. Take a little bit off to make sure it stops. And then the spin should bring it back nicely. I used the turbo there because when you use the turbo, you get a little bit more.
You lying!
You get a little bit more when you use the turbo. So just to make sure that we get the ball to roll back, I used the turbo bottom there because I was scared when it got so high up the hill. I was literally scared that it's not gonna come back. So now we have to be nice here. So here again, same thing. Give it enough, but don't be scared. But of course, it is just a joke. The fast forward does nothing to the ball.
It was a joke. It was just a joke. I didn't mean to.
Okay, so now we go into this interesting situation. We actually aced this. Just on warm-up rounds, we actually aced this.
Prove it!
All I want this to do is to roll up this hill. And we're 99% sure we did. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. This is a big blow-up hole from the bunker, so as such, we just now gotta make sure we get it there. Added a touch more. What a touch it is. Come on. When we are scoring on these quote-unquote unscorable holes, the feeling is just wonderful. Okay, so front 9 with a -7, which is good for our dreams. That's a decent ask. So here again, just be nice. Don't be too far left. We are a little bit left, but with the way the wind is gonna play, we should hit it quite hard and then release towards the right. So 190, probably like 190, and then the wind is gonna play quite a lot. So I'm gonna take just a touch off with a touch of backspin here. And now with how the lie plays and how the wind plays, I think we can hit just a normal douche here. So a little bit slow, so we are actually more than likely going to be chipping this. Gets even to there. So that's a really good shot still. Math is really good. Too bad I hit it slow. What is dangerous in these types of situations, that is, it's downhill. And it's coming from the light rough. So from the light rough, it's going to have way less stopping power when it pops out of there. So as such, you gotta be prepared for it to roll a little bit more. And these rolls are quite mean. Quite mean. I really thought we took a lot off from that, but as it seems, we did no such thing. Okay, that's a good save. Good save from there. Okay, so again here, I think we are poised to hit the driver puncher that we always hit. Come on, big kick right. Again off green, but this is the second unscorable here. So again, the same thing. Be extremely sure when you take this ball out of here that you are mindful of how it's gonna roll, because you don't want this to roll at all. Absolutely holding my breath again. Absolutely holding my breath again here. Got a little bit too far to the right from that start, so as such didn't really have a chance. Boom. Started luckily turning already in the middle. That looked bad. That looked very, very bad there, but whew. Okay, so here again the only thing we can be is on the left side bunker. Because more than likely we will never be mega slow in this against the wind into the OB. So as such, we are trying to stay here on the upper echelon, because this is going to give us a little bit of a better line. And we can now try to hit our classic goose here. Yeah, we get like 270 out of this, 280 out of this. So this is going to be a really, really good goose. So we will just let the goose be loose and do his thing here. Go on, goose. Go on, goose. Be absolutely loose. It's exactly where I want. Oh, boys, the goose is loose. Back-to-back days, the goose is loose. Come on. Gives us a prime cut, sirloin-esque eagle putt. It's not breaking a lot, but it is breaking. But it's not actually breaking a lot, so we have to be mindful of this. Swing plane. The swing plane just a touch. The swing plane just a touch, so it doesn't break in the middle. So hand up, my swing plane is what makes that putt miss. But even though you hope for more, tapping birdies in this channel, as you know, we won't complain about. You can be down the line there, but if we get this ball to stop around 300, we're taking a full 3-wood there anyway. Because we have to roll the ball down anyway, so as such, this makes it a much safer shot. And we can actually let the goose hunt again. We can let the goose hunt again. Now we just gotta make sure we don't hit this too fast. Got my tempo exactly. So now big kick left, roll all the way down. There's the roll. I don't think it's gonna have the power to go all the way, but it will go a fair amount. Delicious. A lot downhill, so again, same thing. A ridiculous amount of power in this putt. Absolutely ridiculous amount of power. Just make it walk down the hill. Qualified. Absolutely qualified, boys. Come on now. That's huge. That is huge there. Little bit to be desired, because he can roll all the way down there, but hand up, not gonna be angry about it. And here again, boys, you see how this is playing. So I am more than likely gonna be in the bunk on the left side rough here, but I am not going to put this ball into the drink, ever. And we hit a fantastic shot here because our tempo is on point, so this should now be in the fairway. Middle fairway for a opportunity at a score there. So even though that I played that on a safety side, we hit our tempo perfectly, so then we don't really need the safety here. So 78, so I'm gonna need to put just a little bit of backspin into this, because I think with the wind, it's gonna get just a few yards from the wind. Should bounce forward and then die. I don't really know how could you do it any better than that. Get the big firm bounce forward from the tailwind, and then have your manually typed in backspin bring it back. It's a fun, good gaming experience. That. Boom! Almost missed that low. When it started going, I was for a second worried. So thumbs up. Okay, so 194, so we are probably hitting just the green here, and then we will hopefully use the right side of the thing to roll all the way back to the hole. I feel like this is gonna get just the greenage, just before the greenage, and it should die quite quickly. Let's see if this has the power to roll even an inch back. It's good enough. It's good enough. It's not quite all the way to the bottom, but that is fantastic. Okay, and as we see here again, the rollage is nasty.
It's Mr. Nasty time.
So just be courageous enough to put just this amount of power into it. I know this looks ridiculous, but what is more ridiculous if you put this ball down the hill? I even tried to lean in. Luckily, we now have our lean in saved for this up and coming eagle putt here. We have a good chance now here. We have a good chance now here to get this ball into the hill. Especially with how the wind is playing, this should always climb. And now the question is, will it stay? And it stays. Okay, so once again, not a tap-in by any stretch of the imaginaciones. But we should be able to get this in a safety way where it doesn't roll too far to the bottom. So send it up the hill. Watch it start turning back home. I love that. I am not going to complain about that. That was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. That was going all the way in, but as such, when you're hitting it up the hill, you can hit it in a way where it then rolls all the way down. You just gotta be nice enough in the game where you're never rolling that.
Just get good, honestly.
Okay, so here now with this wind, I think we can take the chance. Okay, so we got the 101 fast that we are going for. And I think we have cleared this now. Oh, yes, have we ever cleared it? Hitting into a wedge here onto this is going to be decent for me. Same thing as in 15, just not allowed to be here. So we have to play this in a way where we just are never, no matter what happens, we are not up the hill there. Got my tempo exactly. Hopefully bounces a little bit through and stays right there. As mean that looks, I am okay. I add the backspin. As mean as that is, I am okay with that completely. Comes into a wind. And we are very, very, very close. So here, can't be mad about that because the bogey awaits you from the right. So we won't complain about this whatsoever. Especially because yours truly, as the last thing there, added the backspin into it. So I'm going to take this in a way where there's a lot of breakage into this. And I'm going to play this also in a very safe way because behind the hole, it's going to start rolling again into this red. So one more for the culture. Okay, tap in. You go -11. Tap in to go -11, boys. Come on. Holy moly, holy moly, holy moly. That is good, 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 good in there. It's not the best, but it's once again 1 stroke more than we want it to be. If we want it to be 32 and we end up with 33, incredible. Keeps us fighting for the points. Keeps us fighting forward for another day. And more than anything, playing very well. Playing very well, so a few mistakes there, but mostly on tempo for the most part. Very good swing plane. All in all, I would consider that to be a decent score that we see above our head here. What a finish it's going to be, eh? If you want to see how round 4 goes, make sure to subscribe and hit those bells. And more of these really, really, really bad dad jokes and mediocre plus virtual golf coming your way tomorrow on a Sunday with the finish of this Cactus Classic. But for now, I say thank you very much for spending your time here in the channel, and I will see you tomorrow for round 4. Peace and thank you.